my goodness. We got new stuff for y'all tonight. Manny must be back, ain't it? And yo, welcome to the 5 Reasons Sports Post Game Show, aka the Post Up. I'm your host, Royal Shepherd, aka Kareem Abdul-Deadman. I'm joined by my guys, Gadiel Cartagena, Ariel Latias, Brian Young, and the lovely First Lady of 5 Reasons Sports, Alana Tahara. Lady and gentlemen, I had fun watching the Miami Heat play basketball this evening. We got several things that we wanted to see, clamoring for. Don't want to get too excited because we know what they're going to look like the next time they take the court. But you know, for tonight, we're going to live it up. You know what I mean? Drinks on me, all that kind of shit. Bam, killed the person. I thought that was nice. But let's start with my boy, my namesake, Dwayne Jamal Deadman. Gadiel Cartagena, bro. Tell me your thoughts from the game tonight.
Is my Wi-Fi okay? My Wi-Fi is back, sort of. Listen, tonight. So like you said, tonight was fun to watch. Like, it was fun to watch this team play basketball. There were some stretches where it got ugly, whatever. But a lot of the shots that the Spurs were hitting felt like they were contested, at least early on. And Dwayne Jamal Deadman. Oh, my gosh. This man woke up and chose rebounds. He woke up and chose paint presence. He was so fun to watch the entire night. I was super happy with Deadman. I love all the Deadman propaganda, so – Dwayne Deadman, MVP tonight. He played great, although Jimmy also played fantastic.
Yeah, I like how Jimmy is the side note in this conversation because of the way Dwayne Deadman. I think it's because of how impactful Dwayne Deadman's points and rebounds were. They came at a stretch where this team looked like it was floundering, and he just kind of, for a little spurt, took over the game, and that was absolutely fine. Alana, you know, people are already thirsting over you in the comments. They've been waiting to hear you talk, so tell us about your thoughts from the game tonight.
Okay, I will ruffle feathers with this. I actually did not enjoy watching this game only because I felt like we were going to lose. I'm glad we won, and I was screaming of joy by the end, but for me, like, this was just so nerve-wracking, and I don't know what it was. Like, I just felt like if we lost this one, we were done for. I know, I'm literally about to get killed in the comments. But I'm just going to put this out there. Kendrick and Dwayne, both Leos. Coincidence? I think not. They killed it tonight.
No, I'm with you. This game in certain spurts, God, in certain spurts, this game.
I don't know what happened.
Oh my goodness!
But yeah, like in certain spurts, Alana, this game was.
Who said I wasn't watching the game? Are y'all even listening when I speak? Don't make me choose violence tonight.
Alana, to be fair, I actually did not hear a word you said. So what was the main? What are people in the comments going crazy about? Because you're getting cooked right now.
I know. I said that the game wasn't fun for me to watch because I was convinced we were going to lose the whole time. So I was just on the edge of my seat. So I'm glad we got the win, but I wouldn't call this like a fun, entertaining game. That's all I said. People don't like that. Apparently,
Dwayne Deadman.
Well, it was a good basketball game if you weren't emotionally invested in.
That's what I'm saying. Like, we would have been done for if we lost tonight. So.
But I mean, to your point, like, it wouldn't have been out of the ordinary for Miami to lose this game. Like, it wasn't. We got 24 minutes of Andre Iguodala playing basketball, scoring 0 points. He played pretty good sometimes when he wasn't dribbling. Brian, what was your thoughts on the game tonight, brother?
I thought it was great to have a bench. It was two dudes, essentially, but a bench nonetheless. I mean, between Goran and Dwayne Deadman, they scored 36 points, which is essentially average, and they won by 5. So props to them. Props to them for actually showing up and playing an average. Why am I on full screen? But props to them for playing an average NBA game, essentially. And Sarah, like I feel like this is it's not asking a lot for a bench to be average, and when it happens, they win games, and I'm very happy with that. Dwayne Deadman looked like a beast. It was nice for once to see the Heat getting offensive rebounds and putbacks and, you know, fighting on the boards for once, because it feels like generally it's the other team that's destroying us on the glass, but, you know, it all led to a win, and a win at a time where we needed it. So, thumbs up.
Ariel, take your emotions out of it. Tell us why. Give us the basketball reasons that Miami were able to win this game tonight.
First off, my emotions have been out of it for about 2 months now. So They lose, they win. It is what it is. I've accepted what this team is. So I'm with Alana. Like I kind of, was looking at this game like, I think they're going to blow it. Like they've blown it so many times in this spot, and they really needed this one. Like I also totally agree with what you said, Alana, about it being a really important, almost like a make or break game for the Heat. Like this was one you had to get, especially coming off of the last one. The reason they won the game, thought Jimmy was really good early on, and then he finished really strong. Dwayne Deadman carried those lineups where the Heat had one shooter, Duncan Robinson, on the court playing with, like, I don't even remember the lineup, but it was terrible. Like Jimmy was running into brick wall after brick wall because Dwayne Deadman was sitting in the paint. Andre Iguodala was on the perimeter and nobody's respecting him. And I don't remember the other two guys on the court, but the spacing was bad and it didn't really matter because, the Heat would put up bricks and then Dwayne Deadman would go up and clean them up. So he really, injected some life into them. That's something that they don't ever get off the bench this season. So, overall, I thought it was a really good win for the Heat. I thought they needed it. Doesn't really change my outlook on this team, but good win overall.
Yeah, so let's get to it a little bit with Dwayne Deadman. He had 18 and 9 in 16 minutes. And at certain points of the game, like I felt like he was playing better than Bam. Like just for a pocket of time, I just felt like Bam. I don't know if I want to say he wasn't as aggressive, but I don't know. It just looked like Dwayne Deadman was more productive when he was on the court. Gad, were you saying the same thing, or am I just out of my mind?
My Wi-Fi is completely acting up right now, so I might have to leave and come back again. I'm sorry.
Let's do that then. Alana?
No, I think you're right. I actually thought Bam was injured at one point, or at least feeling off. I obviously don't have any insider information here, but I'm just saying, like, he was grimacing, and he didn't really look super engaged, both physically and mentally at one point. I think he had spurts where he was really aggressive, and he was almost kind of kicking himself when he was like one step behind. But yeah, overall, Deadman killed it. And honestly, without him, I don't think we would have won this game.
That's a fair enough point. Like people can get excited as they want to over this game, but to you and Ariel's point, both, we had an out of the ordinary performance by Dwayne Deadman, and we won this game by 5 points. Like he scored 18 and 9. We're not going to get that. Goran Dragic gave us 18 and 7 assists. I want to thank Pride by Pack TV. He said, "What was Dragic doing trying to save time with the roll and inbound with a 10-point lead in the fourth? Though that could have costed us the game." I don't know. Like I don't want to slander Goran tonight because we got a good Goran game. So I like to keep it good on nights when we're good because I'm going to get plenty of opportunity to chew him to shreds later on. Brian, where were you on Goran's game tonight? And you can address that play if you want to.
I thought he played well. What more can you ask from a 35? I always get Goran. I feel like I make him older than he is. But, what more can you ask from a 35-year-old guard, outside of 18 and 7? Like that's a good game. And from a team who sorely lacks on the bench, that's solid production. So I don't really have any problems with how Goran played tonight. I feel like this is one of those nights where I think we really got to savor the time that we have with Goran left because I don't even know how many games he's going to have like this. So thumbs up for the Dragon. He did well.
To your point, I was thinking about saying this before we got on stream and I decided against it. But since you brought it up, I'm going to just say it. We are watching the end of Goran Dragic. And I think that's he's 34, by the way. He turns 35 on May 6th. Okay. Don't worry. You're still going to mess it up for the next 2 weeks. But yeah, we're watching the tail end of Goran Dragic. So I think people, myself included, need to be a little bit more measured with how we analyze his game. Like he's not what he used to be. Last year was it. And so this year you cherish the little moments and give him his flowers while he's playing. But most nights you're not going to get 18 points from him. You can pick anybody else from the team area and go ahead and talk about their game tonight.
Oh, well, I'm going to talk about Kendrick Nunn because he just continues to be awesome in his role, man. Like we've said this so many times. It doesn't matter what's thrown at the guy, how many times he gets taken out of the lineup and reinserted, no matter how long he doesn't play for. He's been the Heat's most steady and most productive and impactful of the backcourt players. I guess I'm not going to include Duncan Robinson in there, but out of the Goran Dragic, Tyler Hero, Kendrick Nunn group, he's been the best player out of that group for the Heat this season. And so I don't know if Victor Oladipo is coming back, But if he does, I really, like Gad and I talked about this on the shoot around a couple days ago, I really think that Kendrick Nunn needs to be the starter, at least initially, as you work Victor Oladipo back into the lineup. And then if he's playing well and things look good and, no other bumps in the road, you probably reinsert him into the first 5. As long as, if Kendrick Nunn doesn't maintain that rotation spot and he goes back to not playing at all, if the team is healthy, I am going to lose my mind because he's been the best out of that group of guards for them this season.
Yeah, so Gad welcomed me to the club when I tweeted about it tonight. I did watch the shoot around when you guys said that.
Yes, sir.
And I wholeheartedly agree.
Someone else said that on a podcast, I think, that came out earlier today, and her co-host did not agree with her.
And what podcast would that be, Alana Tahara?
It's called Feel the Heat. I don't know if y'all have heard of it, but you should check it out if not.
Oh, that's you? That's a phenomenal one. That one.
It's actually on the 5 Reasons Sports YouTube channel, and it got over 1,000 views very quickly. I just want to put that out there.
It's with Alana and that other guy.
Yeah.
There's another guy.
Thank you. Yeah, don't worry about it. Christian Carter, thank you for the $1.99 dono. He said, y'all like Dragic gonna die. Don't make me cry. It's not Dragic gonna die, but his basketball body is gone, brother. It's over with. Somebody asked who would win a Miami Grill gyro eating contest between me and Belly. Belly would kick my ass all up and down that competition. Let's stick on Kendrick Nunn for a little bit. Gad, I want you to go ahead and I want you to talk about Kendrick Nunn tonight too, bro. Because you probably didn't hear any of what Ariel said anyway.
Well, I actually was on my phone. Ariel, I'll let you cover that.
Ralph,
you got this.
No. Go ahead. I feel like you could do a great job.
Ralph, the ace. Thank you for the donation. Evening all. Needed this W tonight. I'm curious to see what the playoff rotation will look like. Me too. Nunn needs to play, Depot or not. Ralph, I 100% agree. Nunn has earned his minutes in this lineup, whatever the stakes may be. He's one of our better catch-and-shoot players, and that alone is enough to keep him on the floor. As you see, we need catch-and-shoot players on this team. But he's also gotten really good at attacking sloppy closeouts, which is all you need him to do. He's playing within the offense, and that is working. So Kendrick Nunn has earned his chops. Like he's paid his dues. We're good with playing Kendrick Nunn for the foreseeable future.
So let's not talk about the playoff rotation. Let's talk about the play-in rotation.
I was waiting.
Very good
How
point.
dumb is the play-in format, though? Like, am I alone? Why are we doing this?
It should just be for the 8th seed, in my opinion. I don't see why the 7th seed has to be.
We would be in it anyways.
I just
I'm with you.
don't
It's not about
why we're doing it, period. And the fact that they're going to...
So that they can get back to the playoffs.
Okay, but like now they're talking about continuing it like later on, like for seasons to come. Why? No one wants
Adam
that.
Silver is a greedy bald man.
Exactly.
We need to check
That sums it up.
It's 4 extra games.
So thank you, Richard Campbell, for the $10 dono. He said people defending kicking Nunn out of the rotation again keep saying, well, Tyler and Goran are more skilled. Nunn's just a more reliable shooter right now, but that's not a small thing. We can't score. Absolutely. I think his aggressive mentality also helps us excuse me, on the offensive end. I almost choked on those words. Thank you, HM, for the $5 donut. He said Belly would eat a gyro and accidentally royal. Absolutely. Thank you, HM, for the $5 donut. He said, shout out to Nunn. 18 points, 4 rebounds in 38 minutes. But King Deadman got busy. Yes, it did. 18 points, 9 rebounds in just 16 minutes with a poster block. Simple plus minus of plus 11. I'll take that any day of the week and twice on Sunday. I also saw another comment about Jakob Portal's funeral. They said it's going to be closed casket because Bam bodied that boy. Absolutely. Alana, you can take this conversation wherever you would like for it to go, as long as it's talking about basketball and not about fashion. What? I
want for it to go the route of let's take a moment and recognize how awful our bench is without Tyler Hero.
It's awful with Tyler Hero.
Aren't they like a bottom third team in bench scoring anyways for the season?
Yeah, they're still terrible overall.
Do we want like mediocrely bad or really bad?
I want horrible.
Royal. Don't tell me he doesn't.
I want it as bad as possible.
Okay.
He can get minutes over Gabe. That's cool with me.
Yeah. If we're being serious,
those minutes.
Yes, if we're being serious, he deserves to play over the likes of Gabe Vincent and Max Strus. Yes, no debate for sure.
He's not playing over Nunn though.
I don't think that at all.
Okay, I'm just making sure we're all on the same.
Nunn or Dragic or Oladipo.
Ooh, I mean, I'm
No.
with you. I mean, at least
People
initially.
was on the sideline tonight, so
Yeah.
that to me means you finna play in the next couple games, boy. Like that's what that signifies to me. Hold on, we got a couple of donos, but then I want to finish this conversation, Alana. So thank you, Ravi Patel, for the $5 dono. He said Nunn is better than Hero and Dragic on both ends of the floor at this point. Dude is a beast.
I don't know about beast. He's worked his way to being an average player. Let's chill.
Nah, he's been solid over the last few games.
I
though.
think he's
No,
been
Solid.
solid.
Yeah,
He's been good.
like an average player.
Credit to Kendrick Nunn. He's doing his job.
Exactly.
I'd put him slightly above average. Like he can legitimately be impactful for this team. I don't think he's like a particularly good defender. He's kind of just okay on ball and not very good off ball. He dies on screens like he gets paid to die on screens. But other than that, like offensively, I mean, he's just solid. You know,
Well,
like I think it's a little above average.
Our offense is what's struggling, right? So I'm not trying to say
Right.
we can give him a pass for not being a great defender, but like if we're not struggling as badly on defense and he's filling those plugs that we need offensively, I'm all for him.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, he's clearly the best option they have at guard.
Yeah.
So, I mean, obviously, but I'm just saying that like Beast is it's a little much. He's not that good.
Yeah, that's a step too far. Alana, read Twisted Tapioca's don't know. That should make his night.
What's that construction vehicle with the little T thing on the bucket that moves up and down? I can't think of the name. Well,
It's
I
called
can't
Tyler Hero.
either, but thank you for the dono.
Yeah, what the hell is he talking about? Twister, you got to elaborate more in the comments. Is it a bulldozer?
Need more context.
No, Manny, no.
No.
Delete that picture out of the Rolodex, bro. We're not using it anymore. What were we talking about prior to this? Alana, what was your topic? I forgot already.
I'm trying to make a point that Tyler Hero can add something for the bench because our bench is awful.
Yeah, depth.
He increases the turnover rate.
Yeah, and actually, on the topic of depth, I recall in the beginning of the season, Heat Twitter like boasting about our depth and saying that we're not scared of X, Y, and Z. What depth was Heat Twitter talking about? That's what I'd like to know.
The one you don't trade. The one you don't trade in the COVID season.
Mm-hmm.
Right. They were talking about Tyler Hero.
We thought he was going to start though.
But he did, and it was terrible.
Yep.
And now he doesn't, and it's terrible. Like I understand what you're saying. I get what you're saying. I will give him his credit. He does add a level of skill that we don't currently have on the bench right now, and he does make this bench better. But I just feel like once you add Victor Oladipo back, then it's going that shuffle. We can't play all four of them, and it's like if we have to choose one that's going to be out, then I'll pose it to you. It can't be Kendrick at this point. Like we're seeing that. Victor Oladipo has to be in the rotation, so you're cutting out either Goran or Tyler. Which one of those two are you taking out?
Well, I mean, listen, Goran already doesn't play back-to-backs, right? So, and he was grabbing his back tonight. I honestly, I love Goran, okay? But he is looking worse for the wear right now. Depending on how Tyler's doing in his recovery too, like I might pick Tyler. Over
Goran? Look, to be honest with you, I can't blame you for either answer because I've been killing both of them all season.
I mean,
Ariel, you look like you want to jump in here right quick?
Yeah, no, let Ariel see.
I was just going to say, like, I don't know if it's fair to speculate on what's bothering them, what isn't, but I think, like, you very well might be on the money there, and that might be the case for both of them. Like, I really don't know. It's especially with Tyler, like, it's hard to explain specifically why the drop-off has been so significant because he can't create space on his own, right? He doesn't get by defenders and get into good shots. He needs a screen. He needs to attack and scramble situations. But last season, that was a little bit less of a problem, at least in the playoffs. Like he was much better off the bounce and in space. Not great, but better. So that coupled with the fact that he just the 3-point shooting has fallen off a cliff, I think it's kind of maybe fair to speculate on if there's something else going on with him. So,
well, and the thing with Goran too, and again, I'm not a doctor by any means, but back spasms and problems are one of those reoccurring things. It's not like a one and done injury where you fix it and then you move on. And like the fact that he was grabbing his back tonight does not make me feel very confident that his longevity is going to hold up. I don't really know what's going on with Tyler, so it's kind of hard to put them against one another in that aspect. But at this point, Tyler's younger. He does have fresher legs, so I don't know.
Yeah, I think I'm with you. Like I believe that Tyler Hero can offer us something more consistent on a night in, night out basis than Goran can at this point in his career. And even if it's not necessarily the scoring or the shooting, there are other areas of Tyler's game where he has some effect on the game. I won't call him impactless like I always do. Thank you, Richard Campbell, for the $10 dono on Nunn. So many Heat fans last year said he couldn't improve because he was 25. Those age arguments are always dumb. Not a beast, Brian, but he's shooting 47, 38, 90. That's more than just average. That's a fair point, Richard. And to be honest with you, I was one of those Heat fans calling for Kendrick Nunn's head when he played. So Twisted, thank you again. Yes, I was. I wishy-washy. Twisted Tapioca, thank you for the $4.99. Don't know. He said, so it's yellow, right? Perfectly right, banana color, bucket on the front, teeth thing at the bottom, one guy inside, bulldozer. What the hell are you talking about, Twisted Tapioca?
He's talking about Nemanja Bjelica. That's what it is.
Facts.
That'd be his new nickname, bulldozer, because I kind of like it.
I love that.
I mean,
he ain't no bulldozer, that's for sure. Dwayne Deadman is a bulldozer.
Listen, he was leader the other night, though.
Miami Grill.
I'm going to throw
this to the realistic Heat streamer, aka the other host of this show. Sometimes, Gad, you go ahead and you lead the conversation for about 5 minutes as I drink Gatorade.
Okay, so what I do want to talk about is my name. You guys can see it since I came back. I got my Wi-Fi right. I'm a realistic Heat streamer, similar to Ariel. I have my opinions, relatively emotionless. So, Manny, if you want to put up the graphic, we're actually going to be celebrating a funeral tonight. The Heat being bad. Rest in peace from Monday all the way up until today. The Heat are 100%, 200%, 300% back. It's Heat in 5.
Now you've just jinxed us. That's what I'm hearing.
It is Heat in 5. But no, in all seriousness, I was happy with the way they played tonight. It's not Heat in 5 right now. But the graphic was fun to make. So, yeah. I was happy with the way they played. Shout out to everybody that played well.
Okay, so are you, Brian? You back on this train, bro? Heat and 5?
No, I don't even know again out the play-in tournament. Like, this is a decent win. You know, the Spurs, their Spurs are fine, but they also just lost to the Bulls 2 days ago. So definitely not Bulls without Zach LaVine. Mad. Yeah, I don't know about Heat and 5. I think that they'll put up a decent fight versus whoever they get in the first and second round of the playoffs. But
second round.
Yeah, I mean, see, that's
they're winning the first round.
No, he's counting the play-in as the first round.
Like, stop the play-in. I do not want to hear this anymore.
Oh, you're going to hear a lot of it because that's where Miami's going to be.
No, I refuse. Because I refuse just on the basis that I hate the whole concept and think it's so dumb that I want no part in it. So positive vibes, no play-in.
That has nothing to do with the Miami Heat.
Yes, it does. What you put out into the universe is what you get back.
It's happening whether you like it or not.
What Spo puts out onto the court is what's going to determine where we are in this play-in tournament. Listen, look, I agree. I don't want to be a part of the play-in tournament, but history has shown me that we're going to lose the next game in a stupid way, and we're going to be right back here tied with the Celtics, lose the tiebreaker, and it's over with. Thank you, Christian Cardis, for the $4.99. Don't know. He said, I don't know what OFC means.
Of course.
Oh, of course, Gogi and his legs deteriorating. Papa Dragic trained him to be in the mountains. Papa Dragic trained him in the mountains of Slovenia by chasing him down with a car like Ivan Drago and Gary.
Christian, you are wild.
Bro,
like
that's a great comment. That's a great comment.
He is one of the funniest people in these comment sections. Y'all got to come on. Don't know. Y'all got to dethrone Christian Cardis every now and again. Brian, you tell us what we're talking about next, bro. I'm excited. So my train of thought is all over the place.
You know what? I'm going to talk about Andre Iguodala. How do you guys feel about how he's been playing recently? Roy, I'm going to throw this to you. Are you concerned about Iggy, or is this kind of like par for the course?
No, Iggy is 35, 36. So it's like he's more done than Dragic. Like, I'm surprised when Iggy does anything. So when he does nothing,
okay, but his basketball IQ is high enough that
on defense.
Yeah. Let me finish my point though. I'm surprised. I'm surprised when Iggy does everything. So when he does nothing, I'm fine. But when he does something, it's usually helping us win games anyway. Like it's when he does stuff, it's great stuff. But most of the time when he's going out there, he's going to do nothing, and so I'm going to expect for him to do what he did tonight. He's not losing us the game. He can score 0 points and his plus minus be like -2, or he could be plus 30 scoring 0 points. Like I don't know how to quantify Iggy's impact. So stats mean nothing to me. I just look at the game and he's doing fine.
Gad, by any chance, Gad, have you looked into Iggy's lineups, the offensive stats for his lineups? Because I feel like they're really bad, but I haven't looked at it, so I don't know.
I mean, I don't need to look at the lineups to tell like the ratings and numbers. Like Iguodala, when he's on the floor, our offense is trash because teams do not respect him. Like he gets the same treatment that I get when I go to the gym.
Yeah,
like that's what like people are literally saying, let him shoot, and they're all standing on the other side of the court. Like it really doesn't matter. But I mean, yeah, his defensive IQ is really good. Offensively, when he dribbles the ball, I get scared as hell. Because it like his decisions get dumber and dumber, but it's fine. He's a guy that's going to be valuable on the bench in the playoffs, play in, whatever it may be. That's where his value comes. Right now, he's just biding his time. He's having fun. Like he's doing one stupid thing a night, and it looks like Iggy's like, oh, you know what? I can't do that anymore. And that's how he figures it out. He doesn't practice anything. He just does it on the court.
Yeah, I think Alana made a good point about like how, you know, the basketball IQ does make up for a lot of the shooting shortcomings. I agree that like he does make, you know, an inordinate amount of questionable decisions on on offense, right? Like he'll try to fit passes into windows that just aren't there, and it ends up being a turnover or whatever. But defensively, like he's not as quick as he used to be. He doesn't stay with guys quite the same way, but like his hands are still all-time elite. Like he gets his hands in the cookie jar and comes out with a cookie more often than not. And most dudes are foul in that spot. So there is some value there. I wonder. I'm doing my best, man. It's a backdoor situation on here.
The cookie jar situation.
Yeah, it's the cookie jar situation. Look, I hope that, you know, going forward, I was going to say they could maybe rest him wrapping up to the playoffs, but they can't rest anybody. I don't really know what it is. Hopefully he just, you know, plays a little better towards the playoffs, but
I'm really curious about how Jonathan, go ahead.
No, I was just going to say, I think like veteran presence mentally is something that we can't take for granted on this team, just because it's a bunch of young guys. It's a bunch of, I mean, Max Strus, Gabe Vincent. Like, I think that Iggy, aside from his basketball IQ, also has like playoff experience and just like leadership qualities. So yeah, he might chuck random threes, but I think he's valuable in another way.
give him the UV treatment.
No, it's like I think I'm on the opposite end of you guys. I don't think his value is on the bench. I think his value is on the court. Like he's doing stupid stuff. Like you said, he's having fun now, but in the playoffs, he's going to play. I'm finna win this basketball game, which means that those hands in the cookie jar situations are going to be through the roof. Brian, I think you're about to ask a random question that I have no idea why you're asking, but go ahead.
Yeah, no, I was going to ask how Jonathan feels about Iggy.
Thank you, Jonathan.
Thank you. Appreciate it.
Robert Khan, as always, a pleasure having you on here. Who else? Ariel, you haven't had a chance to lead the conversation in a while. What are we talking about here? Everybody's the host tonight, guys.
What should we talk about? Oh, let's talk about how the Heat picked apart the Spurs zone towards, I think, the end of the third and into the fourth quarter. Like the Spurs played some zone. Why are you laughing at me?
Zone? Because wasn't like a real zone. Like it was like a terrible facsimile of a zone. Well, the Heat kept getting whatever they wanted. Like it was like miscommunication all over the floor. Like they were like, I don't know what was happening. The rotations were everywhere in that zone. I thought it was ugly. But
sorry, no, you're spot on. That's kind of where I was gonna go. So now I feel like I have to come with something new. No, I'm kidding. Like I was gonna, it looked kind of like the Spurs I don't know how much they use a zone normally, but it didn't look like a team that plays a ton of zone. To the Heat's credit, a terrible offensive team. I think we would all admit that. They were able to take advantage of a lot of late rotations and some gaps in the zone. Jimmy got, put his head down and started going to the basket and all that and getting to the line. He had a bunch of and ones and plays like that in the fourth. So I think it was just kind of nice to see the Heat play good on offense for once. So I guess that's why that's sticking out to me. If anybody has any thoughts about how the Heat looked offensively, specifically in the second half tonight.
I have a problem with us rushing shots when we have no business doing so. Like, I think at one point we were like down by 5 and it was like we were gearing up to maybe close in and then it was just rush shot after rush shot. Like, I don't know if it's nerves. I don't know if they're feeling like this is it and they're going to, if they blow it, our season's over. But I want everyone to like chill and find their pace and stop just chucking up shots. Like, it's really, and even layups, like, they're going with no one to even help rebound. And it's like, oh, if it doesn't go in, it doesn't go in. It's like, what are we doing?
Yeah, so it's like when Trevor Ariza shot the Tyler Hero transition 3.
Oh my God.
I almost blew a head gasket. Like, we're going to talk about Trevor Ariza too. But a lot of, like, just to kind of give you a little bit of pushback on that, like, I don't think we're at the point in the season where we need to be finding our pace. We should have found it by now.
No, 100%. Yes, for sure. But I'm just saying, like, the least we can do now is not make things worse by I agree with you. It shouldn't be the case, but we're here now. So
yeah, let's deal with it while we're in the moment. Let's talk about Trevor Ariza. Brian, I don't know what to say about this man anymore. Like I like Trevor Ariza on the court. I like him playing. I just don't like him. I wish it was like football where he could play defense and never play offense. But we can't have it that way. So talk about Trevor Ariza's play.
Yeah, I mean this was an anomaly as opposed to how he's played recently. I think that sometimes Trevor Ariza has a bit of main character syndrome where he thinks he's the man and he takes whack ass shots. Honestly, I don't have a huge problem with him on offense if he's cutting to the basket, or just essentially spotting out from the corner. I'm totally cool with that.
Michael cannot stand his layups. We have had so many conversations about this.
Horrible. He is spot on.
He's terrible around the rim, right?
Yeah, it was Gad or Ariel that posted his stat. About you say your stat.
Are we ready for that?
Yeah,
we're ready.
We are.
Okay,
Absolutely.
Yeah. Shout out. Who was it? Somebody in the question everything has been saying like 2 times tonight. So shout out you in the comments. You are absolutely right. Ariza can't shoot around the rim. Ariza of 139 eligible forwards that take at least 2 shots around the rim every single game. No, not even. I think of just all forwards. He's 133rd out of 139 forwards. He shoots like 54% at the rim. There is literally a better chance that Tony Snell is going to hit a 3 than Trevor Ariza hits a layup. Like that to me is just mind-blowing. And the crazier part of that stat is he's not the worst player in the league at the rim. And you know who's actually?
I gotta guess.
I gotta guess.
Worst.
No, I know the answer. I'll take it back.
It's Justice Winslow.
Justice Winslow. So yeah, I mean he's pretty much the same exact player. He hits more threes. I just think like I'm fine with him going to the rim, but for some reason he doesn't use the glass. And when he does,
he also never goes straight up. There's like a
that
spin
white square that's
something
around the basket. Like you're supposed to just like hit it on there. She'll bounce in if you spin it the right way. And he is allergic to using that part of the basket. I do not know what it is. You would think someone that's been working out with Stan Remy over the last few years would be able to figure that part out. But he's hitting threes. He's playing defense. So I'm not going to complain too much about Ariza. But he's got to get better around the rim. Like that is an actual issue at this point.
Yeah, I don't know how you're a 6'9" human being and shoot 54% at the rim. That sounds impossible.
With like a ridiculous wingspan too.
Right, exactly.
To put it in perspective, Precious shoots around 8.5% better than him at the rim. I know he gets lobs and whatever, but still.
Right. Yeah.
That is terrifying.
Yeah.
But
mean,
you know what?
Yeah, go ahead, Brian. Sorry.
No, yeah, they brought him in to be 3-and-D and emphasis on 3. So as long as he's sticking to doing that, totally fine. But apparently anything else outside of that, he's a fucking trash can. So
I mean, if he could just like drive and kick, because honestly, he does a good job of like attacking closeouts. Like he really does. If he was able to just drive and then throw it to anybody else on the outside, that would be fantastic. One or the other.
Yeah, I don't know if I want Trevor Ariza dribbling. Maybe that's just me.
No,
that's the thing. Like he gets into trouble when when possessions kind of break down and he ends up being like the last ditch, offensive option. Like sometimes he'll have those stupid moments like he did tonight where he takes a pull-up 3 in transition for absolutely no reason. Where he's considerably better when his feet are set. There's no doubt about that. The form's better, everything's better. But he just gets into trouble when like the offense breaks down, which happens a lot, and the ball ends up swinging around to him for whatever reason. And then he feels like I have to make the play. And so obviously he's pretty limited in terms of what he can do offensively outside of spot up threes and the occasional driving kick. And so that's why it ends up looking like that. The offense breaks down a lot and it ends up in his hands some of the time and he gets into trouble.
So that boy Twisted must not know that Gad got goons on this string. Hell, you talking about you finna bat down. What?
Virtual hands.
I'm telling you,
right now.
Alana.
I live on the south side of Chicago, folks.
Oh, we know what you about, Alana. You telling you.
I'm Canadian.
You give him maple syrup. I don't know what y'all do out there in Canada. Thank you, Arthur Smith, for the $5 dono, which I just lost. Oh, folks forget Nunn was damn near rookie of the year last season. He's progressed as a team defender. He starts on Oladipo. I think we're all there until I think our only point is whether he starts for Oladipo or whether he comes off the bench after Oladipo returns. Nunn shouldn't lose minutes to any other guard on this team.
I think, though, that he should start, like, at least in the beginning. Like, you can't just have Depot come. Like, some people are just saying, like, Depot's ready to go, throw him back in the starting lineup. I think that's crazy.
Right.
No, that's fine. That's fair. I'm with that entirely. But that's what I'm saying. Like, whether he starts or not, like, Nunn should not be the player to lose minutes to the other two guards when he comes back. There was Alana, I wanted you to wrap us up on who the hell were we talking about?
Trevor Ariza?
Oh yeah, Alana, wrap us up on the Trevor Ariza. And damn, I didn't pay the bills throughout, so we got to start paying some of them. So go ahead and wrap us up on the Trevor.
I mean, no, I'm with all of you. There's two things. First of all, I feel like his brain works quicker than his feet or something. Like there's like some like disconnect between like what he knows he's gonna do and then his body. But he's doing what like they brought him on to do. So yeah, his layups are ugly and we can't really count on him near the rim. But like, I mean, to Brian's point, they brought him on to be 3-and-D, and that's what he's doing. So I can't really hate on him. Also, Michael made a good point on the pod. He's very acclimated to the culture already. Like, I feel like he's really building chemistry with guys like Jimmy and Bam. So, I mean, yeah, it is laughable when he tries certain things, but I can't really be mad at him.
That is a beautiful way to close that topic off. So I want to thank our sponsor, Therapist Preferred. Therapist Preferred premium CBD company, 100% THC free, third lab verified premium CBD products. They include creams. They got these gummies. I got the green apple gummies. I don't know if Alana's got there yet, but hers should be on the way.
Oh yeah, I got the same ones as you did. You know we're always on the same page.
Yes, indeed. Well, we got the green apple gummies. They are delicious. Make sure you guys go to therapistpreferred.com. Use the promo code the number 5 reasons to get 20% off of your order. And on top, there you go. Get 20% off your order plus free shipping. We actually had them on a show recently. The floor is yours. I think we had a representative come back and talk about their products. So go check that out if you want to learn more about them. That's therapistpreferred.com. All right, guys, let's talk about one of our Marcus. What's up?
Can I address this comment? This is just absolute blasphemy right here. Gabe Vincent is the worst player to listen. He's not been. He's horrible offensively. Defensively, he tries. But do you guys remember this man? Wait, oh my gosh, it's not coming up.
Is that Josh McRoberts?
No, it's Justin Hamilton.
Oh wow!
I remember Justin Hamilton.
This motherfucker was garbage. Okay, so when you talk about the worst, maybe he's getting in that area, but this guy.
Also, Gabriel has some fire kicks, so that alone saves him.
That's pre-Kelly right there, bro. That's what he was. That was like premature prepubescent. Yeah, prepubescent Kelly was on our team, and he was not great at all. But damn. Oh, we was about to talk about Duncan Robinson, another white guy. Thanks for showing white guys. Yeah. Alana, Duncan didn't have the best game of the night.
He's coming off a stomach problem, though, and I feel like the fact that he even played was admirable. So I'm going to give him a pass. Plus, he's looked pretty good lately.
I feel like you giving Duncan Robinson the pass is the news in and of itself. So I'm just going to go ahead and move this along after you done did that. Brian, give us your thoughts on Duncan tonight.
He had a lot of fouls tonight. You know what? I forgot who posted this stat, but Duncan has such a massive impact on the offense, and I'm not even super concerned when he's missing because the gravity he has, it's going to be there regardless, which opens up the floor for guys like Bam and Jimmy. So whatever he was missing, he didn't play too well. But I'm not worried about it. It's whatever. Duncan is entitled to an off game. He's played well as of late, so no Duncan slander.
Good job, Ariel. Duncan.
I'm gonna be on Alana's side here, give him a pass because last time I came back from the Dominican Republic, I got off the plane and went for sushi immediately. And let me tell you, I could not get out of my bed for 4 days after that. So I'm giving Duncan a pass for the next couple of games.
That is why I've never been to Taco Bell, and I will never eat.
Thank you,
poor
okay.
Decision.
Very poor. Thank you, okay, for the $2.99. Don't know. He said a threeser. Whenever Trevor hits a three, you got to put the R in there.
I tweeted that the other day.
Yeah, right. Gad, wrap us up on Duncan.
I mean, what really is there to say? He's the player that scares coaches offensively for our team. Like when he's on the floor is when coach is like, shit, we got to play defense now. Because if not, we honestly guard ourselves. So shout out Duncan for just being on the floor. That's really cool. And when he hits threes, obviously it changes the game. Like, not too much to be said about a bad game. He is what he is. He's a really, really, really good shooter. He's getting better defensively.
The boy Pride by Pac TV said the poo pass. I like that. So we get a break, guys. and I think it comes at a pretty good time. We get 2 days off before our next game, where we travel to Cleveland. Right?
Let's see.
Let's check.
Yep.
The fact that none of us know this is
it's at Cleveland.
Everything. But I got it right. I just didn't know if I was right. Thank you, Twisted Tapioca, for the $1.99 dono.
Next land.
He said the machine was a loader. I figured it out. Thank you for.
I do not know. He's having a conversation with himself.
I was about to say that.
Oh, listen, bro. I love Twisted Tapioca. He just confuses me a lot of times. Want to thank Jose Matos for pointing this out. He said Spo 600 wins. Definitely got to give that boy Spo his flowers. 600 wins is quite the accomplishment for any coach. I don't remember how many coaches. I think it was like 25 coaches in NBA history that have gotten to this. So congratulations to the guy Spo. We'll chew your ass out another night too.
Could have done that weeks ago.
Shots fired.
Pew pew pew. Let's talk about the next game. We got Cleveland coming in here. We're gonna start with Brian. Brian, the boy feeling good?
The boy not feeling good. I said it last game. This team is up and down, and I feel like they're headed for it down. It's gonna be bad. Cleveland isn't good, but that's exactly the type of team that he would lose to. So it's going to be ugly.
Brian, you turned me up last game, bro. You just trying to bring me all down. Ariel, the boy feeling good?
The boy's still feeling indifferent. He feels like, Colin Sexton and Darius Garland are the type of guards who you would think would take advantage of the Heat's inability to often, not always, but often stay in front of quicker point guards who can get into the paint. So kind of scared of this game. The Heat should win, but we know what happens when the Heat should win. So I'm feeling indifferent.
Gat, the boy feeling good?
The boy feeling dead. And by dead, I mean Dwayne fucking Deadman. He's going to go for 10 and 10. He's going to go crazy against the Cavs. They have nobody that can stop this man because no one in the NBA can stop this man. And he's absolutely going to go to town against the Cavs. He's going to dominate. The Heat are definitely going to win this game by at least 1 point. I'm feeling good. The boy's feeling good about this game. We'll see what happens. My expectations are 0, but my hope is at an all-time high, and it's because of that number 21 right there, the best 21 in Heat history.
That is getting clipped.
Facts. That is not even an exaggeration. That's very
First
true.
of all, y'all will not disrespect Ronnie Turioff like that. I'm put that out there. No, you will not. Alana, the girl feeling good?
Girl feeling fucking great. Thank you. Next, bitches. We're bouncing back. We out here. Fuck the losses. No more.
Exactly.
Fuck playing too.
I was almost on the train with you all the way along. It's always that last sentence, bro, that just be doing the boy in. Y'all know what the boy at. He about to blow that shit up. What the fuck is you telling me? Listen, I'm gonna tell you, I'm with Gad. I think Dwayne Deadman has turned the corner. He's now our third option on offense. I will not be
made the leap.
Yeah, he made the leap. At 30 years old, 31. I would not be here
Breakout
anymore.
season.
You know it. The boy Deadman about to go for 20 and 10 the rest of the season off the bench. And then, I think we're going to get destroyed by either Darius Garland or Colin Sexton. Not both, just one. But I think we're going to be able to sustain that. Again, I'm with the marginal wins all season, 5-6 points. That's where we at. That's the type of team we are.
Wait, can I call out this amazing comment? I'm ready for Heat Girl Summer. I'm 100% using that. Thank you, Kristen Cardis.
I feel
fucking
sick. I
genius.
gotta leave actually.
I love this.
Yeah, you said you got to leave?
Yeah, after that comment, I'm.
Yeah, no, don't you dare come in here with that ankle season shit. Oh my God,
you just don't know what's up, bro. It's not. Oh, you just don't know what's up.
Yeah, let's pay some more of these bills. Gad, tonight you get to pay Miami Grill. I just feel like that's your spot now, bro. Like you have to pay them.
Listen, it's my spot. It's Bielitsa's spot. We go there all the time. I pay for the food. He eats all the food. He's craving it. I'm paying for it. They're making it. It's really that simple, right? Like Nemanja Bjelica goes there, and I believe the standard human being eats about 2,000 calories a day. That's what's recommended. Nemanja Bjelica has that in one sitting, and that's just from the beverages that he's drinking. Needless to say, whatever he's getting from the Miami Grill itself, he loves to go to town there. You want to eat like the Heat players. You want to look like the Heat players. Well, it's hard to look like the actual Heat players, but you can look like Nemanja Bjelica, eat like Nemanja Bjelica, and play like Nemanja Bjelica by going to Miami Grill. So make sure you go there. I'm going to go there right now after this hit up my guy. We're going to have some good Miami grill.
At Miami Grill, we've been delivering big favorites from big places for over 30 years. We use fresh ingredients that pack bold flavors, and we always deliver your food the way you like it. So tonight, don't just bring home dinner, bring home Miami.
Yeah, that's dope. Christian Carter says, "Show off my ankles. My wife will thank you." I don't know if I'm that
He
flexible.
knows what's up too.
Yeah, I don't know if I'm that flexible, but y'all want to see my socks?
Not really.
I got Cookie Monster socks.
I thought those were
At
Pokemon.
least is going to eat your foot.
Yeah, that's why I keep the nums away from
Have that on there.
So Alana, you get to pay Vertagear tonight.
All right. I'm clearly sitting in a Vertagear chair, but several other people are not. So if you want them to, you should use our affiliate code and pick yourself out a chair. It clearly is aesthetically pleasing, very comfortable, and your girl put it together all by herself, which means you can do it too. Go get yourself a Vertagear chair. Link is in the description. There's a code that Royal will help me out with because I don't know it.
We don't
No
have a code.
code?
Just use
Okay,
use the
well
link.
then that's why
You
I
are
don't know
perfect.
it.
You are perfect, bro. You're perfect. Spot on.
12 out of
100%.
10.
That's it. Except for you didn't know that there was no code, so you got to take points off. So just a 10 out of 10.
10 out of 10, okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
Brian, you get to pay Biscayne Bay Brewing.
All right. Well, after like this, very nice Miami win. Y'all can go out and get yourself a brewing beer. Try Lager, the Pastime Pilsner, the Miami Pale Ale, or the Order. You can find it in Frozen. I don't know. I don't think I'm frozen. Going.
You're absolutely frozen. Absolutely. Yep.
We still got to work out the kinks on the
Wouldn't
robot.
be happy
Yep.
if I was drinking Biscayne Bay Brewing right now.
Oh,
I
still
bet
going.
you would. You just
My terrible.
listen.
Hold on. Hold on. I gotta come back.
Wait, Robo Brian. In the meantime, we're gonna let Ariel pay Biscayne Bay Brewing so people can actually know what it is.
Biscayne Bay Brewing is exactly my go-to after a game like tonight or a game like the last game where the Heat lose a game that they absolutely should win. So my go-to is the Tropical Bay IPA. It is absolutely delicious, but you've got other options. They've got the Marlins Lager, the Pastime Pilsner. They've got the Miami Pale Ale, La Colada Porter. You can get it anywhere. They sponsor the Miami Marlins. You can get it at Marlins Park or whatever they're calling that stadium right now. You can get it at the Heat, whatever they're calling that stadium as well. And anywhere where you get your alcohol, ask for it. They've probably got it in South Florida. So Biscayne Bay Brewing should be your go-to after a Heat game or a Marlins game or a Panthers game or what other sports? Dolphins game.
That is correct.
I think that's what you were saying. I was just trying to agree.
Yeah, exactly.
Word for word. So let's talk about some of these shows that we got coming out. Excuse me. Brian, you were a little frozen the last time, so we're going to let you talk about the full court press.
Full court press. So here's the thing, right? The Heat are one team in the NBA. Shockingly, there's 29 others. So what do you want to do as a basketball fan? Maybe you don't feel like listening to a podcast about a mediocre-ish team, right? So instead, you go to the full court press with our very own Gadiel Cartagena and Ariel Atias and Marco Romo, right? Increase your basketball knowledge and hear some fantastic takes about the NBA at large. I think it's fantastic. It is fantastic. Y'all should check it out. It is on the 5 Reasons YouTube page, and I believe it is on what's the Apple platform?
On the main feed. Anywhere you get your 5 on the Floor podcast, you can find us there. We're on the main feed, Spotify, Apple, whatever it is.
There you go. Everywhere. Y'all should listen to it because you're basketball fans. You care about this league as a whole. Do it now. Or like after this is over, because you also listen to us. But
Right.
you get the point.
So, Christian Carter, I want to make sure I'm going to shout out your underrated comment. You said 30 teams. I'm an anime guy too, bro, so I know what you mean. Probably nobody else does. Alana, you get to talk about walkouts and knockouts.
I need to address something first because my 2 lovely Clutch Corner co-hosts have pointed out that they don't want to listen to a mediocre team podcast, Brian?
They want to feel it. That's what it is. They want to feel it.
Mediocre podcasts from other networks. Every podcast here is fantastic.
Okay, we just needed to clarify that.
Yeah, no. 5 Reasons is great. Everything here is y'all should listen to.
Shout out to Clutch Corner for having my
Corner.
back on that one. What am I talking about?
Walkouts and knockouts.
That's a show. You guys should watch it. You should watch all our content all day, every day. It's a great name for a show, I think.
You had to hear people talk about
fighting. I like fighting. I'm a Leo.
Yes.
Everybody likes
NFL
fighting.
draft show begins tomorrow at 7:30. Very important. Ariel speaks on the show. I love charades. Great.
Okay. So what Alana was trying to say was that you guys should check out Walkouts and Knockouts with Ariel Latias and Jonathan Ramlakan. They usually do all the UFC fights pregame show. You go in there, you figure out what people are doing. They tell you, they got all the information. They have special guests on there all the time. You learn a lot, you laugh a lot, you have a good time before the fights. Yeah, it was pretty much plagiarism.
That was a bit. That was just a bit. We were doing that for the viewers.
Okay,
yeah, just to make fun. So thank you, Christian Curtis, for the $1.99. Don't know. He said Papa Dragic trained Gogi like Piccolo did. so Gadiel Cartagena, talk about Feel the Heat.
Oh my God. Feel the Heat. Listen, if you want to listen to a fantastic Heat podcast brought to you by First Lady of 5 Reasons, Alana, right below, and you also have Michael C. 5RSN, former host of the discontinued show Game Night on Onside Radio. He also does a great job with
everything, with living.
I was watching that stream for you guys last night for the Dolphins. Both of them, they do feel the heat. They talk about heat culture. They talked about ankles this week, I guess that's an interesting topic on the
ankle
show.
Season. Mm-hmm.
Ankle season. So you get Alana's analysis, you get Michael's analysis, and they talk about all the good stuff revolving the Miami Heat. It's a really fun listen. It's really easy to listen to. So if you work a monotonous, boring job like myself, you can listen to it while you do so, and it'll maybe brighten up your mood a little bit. So make sure watch that. Listen to that. I think it's on Podbean. Is it on Apple Podcasts as well?
Yeah, Apple, Spotify, Podbean, and YouTube right here on
everywhere.
5 Reasons.
My goodness.
Mm-hmm.
Yes, indeed. What's our favorite anime? That's a different show, brother. We got to do that for a different time. What else we got? Let's talk about the draft thing tomorrow. Oh, no, Ariel, you was about to say something. I'm pretty sure it wasn't about the draft.
We've got the shoot around.
Oh, yeah.
Okay, never mind that. No, you know what? I'm going to get this out. Gad and I do the shoot around. It's a 140-second or less clip where we'll update you on everything Miami Heat, whatever pertains to the game that night, storylines, whatever is relevant to the Heat. We will probably hit on it. It posts on his Twitter timeline or my Twitter timeline every game day morning, 10 a.m., 11 a.m. You got 140 seconds. You want to, hear about the Heat. We'll break things down for you. Check that out. It'll be on our Twitter timelines or on the 5 Reasons YouTube channel. Dang it.
Yeah, so yeah. As soon as you guys started talking about anime, I knew Michael was going to lose his shit in the comments, and he has, because he got to see the Demon Slayer movie tonight. And that's the reason why he's not on the extra yard tonight. I was on the extra yard yesterday. I do talk about football.
Royal A. Kuiper.
Yeah, Royal Kuiper Jr. Yeah.
Royal
Kuiper Jr. was on there. So I'll be on the draft stream tomorrow as well. Some people were surprised that I actually knew stuff about football. It surprises me sometimes too. I'm just really talented. I amaze myself daily. But you know what? Thank you guys for joining us in the comments, making the show much more fun than it would have been as always. And thank you to Ariel. Thank you to Gad. Thank you to Brian. Thank you to Alana. Thank you to our guy Manny in the background on the 1s and 2s. Thank you to the 5 Reasons Sports Network. Whatever. Smash that like button, subscribe, hit the bell notification thingy, whatever. Bro, y'all know how the shit goes when YouTubers say stuff. We'll see y'all on Saturday. We're gonna take some breaks. Play the video, man.
50% off. Papa John's is 50% off because we actually won a game.
Pretty sure.